and say it's okay. You can.
You're listening to Will County's News Talk Sports 1340 WJOL. It is time for Money Talk, one of my favorite shows, and I'm sincere when I say that. I've gotten to know a lot of these people from NuMark Credit Union over the last 3 or 4 years, and they're really, really good people. And, you know, when I shop or when I bank or when I get my insurance or whatever, I want to work with good people that I know, people that, yeah, you can trust most people, okay? It's not a problem, but I like to get to know on a personal level people, and that's really what I've enjoyed about our NuMark relationship that we've had over the last several years, and I'm sure it will continue on. Today we're going to talk about mortgage refinancing, some tips and some tricks and some things to maybe avoid. We're welcoming into our WJOL studios the Vice President of Mortgage Lending, Mr. Harry Stewart. Hello, Harry.
Hey, Scott. How's it going?
I am wonderful today. Thank you very much. Couple of house cleaning items, though. We need to let you know that at the end of this program, we are going to give you, the WJOL listener, a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card to anywhere that you would like to use it. You must pick it up at the NuMark Credit Union location in Crest Hill. How do you win it? Well, at some point in the next several minutes, Harry's going to say something that just kind of goes, blows your mind. And I'm going to ask you to repeat that. Okay, it might not blow your mind, but what it's going to do is going to teach you something. So it'll be some little factoid or some little bit of information. I'm going to ask you to repeat it coming up at around 9:28. And you, if you are the right caller, you will win a $25 Visa gift card. Sounds like a plan, right? Do you have some mind-blowing information today or no?
I hope so.
Okay, I do too. Yeah, don't disappoint me, all right? And also, we want to let you know that whatever a fantastic future looks like for you, NuMark Credit Union can help you get there faster with their CD IRA rate special at 2.50 API for 21 months and 3 APY for 35 months. You're up to 3% now, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot different than it was 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. You can ensure that you earn while saving available for a limited time. Simplify the future with less financial stress. Only $1,000 will get you started. Hurry, these exceptional rates won't last long. Stop into the NuMark location nearest you, Crest Hill, Joliet, New Lenox, Countryside, and Tinley, or learn more by going to NuMarkCU.org. That's NuMarkCU.org. All right, we got all of the business taken care of. Now let's get to the business of refinancing, right?
Yep.
Mortgage rates right now have crept up, my friend.
Yes, they have. I would say historically they're still low, but definitely higher than they were even last time I came in here.
Right.
12 months, I would say. Well, right now we're about high fours for a 30-year. And the appetite for the shorter terms or adjustable rates just not there. So I would say it's more benefit driven now than it was in the past. Like before, it was a lot of rate and term refinances. Everybody's looking for a lower rate, lower payment. Sometimes you could get a lower rate, lower payment, or stay around the same payment and just change your term. So you cut off years off your mortgage. Now it's more benefit driven. We have a lot of people trying to consolidate some debt, take some cash out for home improvements, sometimes pay off high interest rate credit cards, or what's kind of common if you got into a government loan like a FHA loan, just refinancing to strip that private mortgage insurance while the rates still are low, because if you've gotten a FHA mortgage in the last couple of years, that PMI will stay on there for the whole life of the loan. So in a lot of cases,
When did that change? It used to be until you got up to 20%, right?
I think it was like 2014 that they changed that to where the PMI stays on.
Gee, thanks for that, huh?
Yeah, for the for the life of the loan, just for the FHA ones, the private mortgage insurance that we do for conventional borrowers that usually falls off. With 3% down, it usually falls off after about 7 to 8 years or so.
All right. Is there still one of the things that's driving refinancing still is the fact that home equity loans have changed? You used to be able to get a home equity loan for bills, for debt consolidation, for tuition for your kids, whether they go to private school or colleges or whatever. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, if you remember all those commercials back back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s even, where like Money Store, they had Dan Marino with the gloves talking about those 125% loans, 150% loans. Those products aren't even out there anymore because it's basically an unsecured loan attached to your home. So a lot of lenders are capping their loan to value or their max loan to value at 90, sometimes 80. I don't know of any that'll go up to 100 without really running you through the ringer or charging for it. So in that case, I would say a straight refinance would be more beneficial at some of the time.
Yeah.
So.
And those home ec loans now too, you do have to show proof of work being done for your home?
Like the home equity loans, not really. It's all about like a brand new appraised value.
Okay.
Some of those loans, I think, like the rehab loans that they have out there, they might ask for something like that, but we don't do any of the renovation type stuff.
You don't do any of those things.
No,
okay.
We just give the cash out to the member and they do the improvements on their own.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes good sense. So we're looking at high 4s right now for a 30. Do you guys offer 15 or 20s, or is there just not much demand anymore?
15 years are popular. We've done a lot of 20, but it just seems like the 30s, there's more appetite, not only from the borrowers and the consumers for the 30-year, but also investors. When we look at the rates offered by investors, there used to be a nice spread between like a 10 or 15 year and a 30 year, and that spread's like really decreasing. So it used to be about 0.75%. Now we're looking maybe a quarter.
How come?
1/4%.
Why are they closer now?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out, and I'm like, well, why is the appetite not here for these shorter term products? Probably. I guess I could see why they wouldn't want the ARMs because of all the trouble that was happened with ARMs, but maybe they just realize, that the 30 years are gonna continuously.
They're safer. I mean, if something happens, you lose your job or something else pops up, you still have that lower payment, and if you want to pay it off faster, you can pay it off faster.
Yeah.
You could always do that.
Makes sense to me.
Harry Stewart is the Vice President of Mortgage Lending with NuMark Credit Union. He's in our WJOL studios this morning. Harry, how long have you been in your role at the NuMark Credit Union?
Well, I've been doing mortgages for about 22 years.
Okay.
And I've been at NuMark for just over 8 years. So,
right. You've seen everything since the turn of the century.
Yes, a lot of ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster ride, but it's my profession, so.
This is what you do, man. All right, let's talk about home values in the area. Where are we? We are hot. Homes were selling in 3 and 4 days. Now I talked to a realtor the other day that said things are getting back to normal now.
Yeah, the inventory is still a little bit on the low side. If you can remember, like 5 years when I was in here, I'm like, well, we've got too much inventory, and now I don't think we have enough. But yeah, it is kind of getting back to normal. But these, by having low inventory, it's supply and demand. If a seller asks something for their property and there's multiple offers, that's going to kind of drive up prices on those homes. And those same sales that we're talking about, the same comparables that appraisers are going to be using when they look for a value of your home. So it's driving price or values up in kind of directly, but indirectly too.
Exactly.
So.
Well, I mean, because we have seen it was strange because there wasn't a lot of inventory. Houses were selling quickly, but the prices didn't reflect that. Usually when those two instances occur, prices will shoot up, but we didn't see that.
Yeah, because it happens over time, So usually the appraisers will look back 12 months worth of 12 months of sales.
Right.
So
okay, all right. Well, let's talk a little bit about refinancing now. Do you need to stay if you do refi in your home for a certain period of time to make it worthwhile?
Well, my general rule is, you want to if you're looking to just refinance for rate and term. you're looking to recover your closing costs within an 18-month period. So if you're saving $100, let's say on your refinance per month, you'd be looking to, and your closing costs are $1,500 for your whole refinance. You want to recover those closing costs within that 18-month period. So exactly 15 months. But if you're looking at moving out of your house in a year and you're only saving maybe, and I'm not saying only, but if you're only saving $25 a month and your closing costs are 15, maybe not the best financial decision.
No,
so.
That makes good sense. It really does. What about the appraised value of your home affecting your ability to refinance? There is a yin and a yang there.
Yep, it's all finance comes down basically to the three C's: capacity, credit, and collateral. So collateral is a very important piece of the puzzle. In fact, it's the one piece that's kind of unknown when somebody sits across from me in my office and we talk about refinancing or purchasing. It's the one unknown, because I'm going to know their capacity with income documents that they provide me. I'm going to know their credit within 5 minutes of sitting there, and when I pull the credit report. And the only thing I'm not going to know, because we ordered the appraisals, is the value of the collateral. So it's very important.
Exactly. Very, 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 very important. All right. How much how do I figure out how much my home is worth? I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. Can I do a little digging around on my own?
You could kind of. There's a lot of different websites now. I know Zillow's one of the websites. It doesn't always give 100% values, but really you're never gonna know the true value of your home until you sell it, because your home is only worth as much as somebody's willing to pay for it. But in the terms of refinancing, just to get a general idea, you could go to some different websites. I think Zillow has a website that you could pull up values, and I don't like to really look at the Zestimate that they have there. They call it a Zestimate. It's basically a value.
Zestimate?
But
that's good.
I like to look at if you zoom in on the map, just see like what homes in your neighborhood have sold and what they've sold for. And sometimes the sales that are there might be from 2016 or 2015, which you're never going to be able to use. So I'd use that. Just try to come up with a number on your own. Well, that one's kind of like mine, and it sold 3 months ago, and just see like how your home would compare to that and kind of give you a starting point.
So it's interesting. So I just did it for my home, and it pops right up. It gives you a Zestimate, and it gives you what you could get if you wanted to rent it. It knows exactly my square feet. That's scary. It knows exactly when it was built. It knows what I paid for it when I bought it in 1998. Yeah, how about that?
Well, you know what's more scary than that?
It's got my taxes.
Like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac require you to upload these appraisals into their database.
Right.
So these guys have like pictures, and they know if you've got like ceramic floors or gold railings in your house, and they know they know everything about the inside of your house. And because your house is also being used as a comparable, if you bought or sold your house, it's being used as a comparable in their database too. So they've got so much information on properties. I think between Fannie Mae and Google, they probably have everybody's information.
Yeah, I have an attached 400 square foot garage. It was sold in 1998 to me. It says here the owner is a really cool and good looking guy. How do they know that too? How do they know that? It's crazy. So folks literally out there, it's a great tip here from Harry. This is why I love his expertise. If you want to have a decent idea of what your home is worth, just go to Zillow and type in your address, and it'll pop right up just like that.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And it's not always going to be 100% accurate, but if you play around in there, you kind of get to see like what your neighbor's home sold for.
Yeah.
And if they have a little bit, if they have a bigger home and they sold like three months ago, but maybe you have a finished basement, like you could kind of figure out a good starting point from there.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Really good stuff. Harry Stewart is here from NuMark Credit Union. All right, there's mortgage options. We discussed them earlier today. Let's run down those and how do we figure out which mortgage option is best for us?
Well, I would kind of leave that to the experts. Like I would kind of steer you in the right direction. If I'm always going to be looking for if it's a long-term product, I'm going to be looking for like a conventional fixed rate that's going to put you on the right path. If it kind of looks, I guess it's how are like what are your goals? Are you looking to consolidate debt? Are you looking for home improvements? Are you gonna like we talked about earlier? Are you planning on moving anytime soon? So that's kind of the direction, the questions that I would ask, and I'd kind of steer it into the product.
Yeah, you'll get as much information as possible and then go from there and give your recommendation. It's still up to them, but I would listen to you.
Well, I'm real conservative, so
that's good. Conservative's a good thing.
I don't try to overextend. I can't tell you how many members have been in my office that I've kind of talked them out of products, so.
That's good. That's really, really good. Closing costs, you mentioned around $1,500.
Yeah.
Where does that money go?
For refinance, usually title's a big portion of it. The appraisal, we're running an appraisal special right now where we'll reimburse our members for the cost of the appraisal. We have credit report fees, prepaid interest. There's also initial escrow deposit, which isn't technically a closing cost. I still disclose it as a closing cost, but it's basically your money to set up your escrow.
Okay.
That's usually a big chunk. Recording fees to record the new mortgage or any deeds or anything that would need to get recorded at closing. So,
what's the most common mistake people make?
Refinancing, I would say,
or just with their mortgage in general.
I would say not using somebody that they trust, not using a local lender. I see a lot of people go online and do internet mortgages, which I guess if you know exactly, but I guess everybody thinks they know everything. So
yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
I don't know. I would trust local lender.
Yeah, so much better to be able to call somebody. Go, hey Harry, man, what's going on? Hey, what do you think about this? Instead of calling some 800 number and getting 12 different people.
Makes it easier because
sure
I'm not trying to put a hard sell on anybody.
No,
so.
I can tell you're not Mr. Get up in your face, sell somebody something. What is the advantage working with NuMark to refi your mortgage?
Well, there's a big difference between a bank and a credit union. At our credit union, it's a pass-through service to our members, so we're not looking. We don't make money on how much we charge you. So the closing costs, the rate, it's all basically a pass-through to our members.
Sure.
So if we get the money at 5, we just cover our costs and we give it back to that member at
nice.
5. So,
very, very
so
nice.
It's not. We don't have a board of directors that are paid that are screaming for profit. They just ask, how many members have you helped?
Yeah,
so
that's
good. It's a big difference, and every member or everyone that has an account at NuMark is a member. So
that's right. How long does it take for the whole process to complete itself?
I would say lately for refinances about 3 weeks.
Well, that's all.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so it's pretty.
Should you do it beginning of the month, end of the month? Does it matter?
Not really. Everybody always talks about skipping a payment. It's kind of an illusion because you've got that prepaid interest anyway. So if you close at the beginning of the month and you're skipping, you don't have to make that next month's payment at closing. There's going to be like 25, 30 days worth of interest anyway.
Right.
So if you close towards the end of the month, it should be almost nothing on the prepaid interest. So it equates to almost the payment.
And Harry, how can people get a hold of you if they want to talk to you about refining?
The best way is to send carrier pigeon.
All right. We like that. Good old school.
The best way, just to give me a call, 815-744-6767. You could also visit our website, www.numarkcu.org. Go to mortgage loans, and there's a whole bunch of contact information. You could also apply online.
Like it. Harry, good seeing you again, my friend.
Nice seeing you too, Scott.
When you come back, let's hope mortgage rates aren't in the 6s or 7s.
Well, you know what? They've been saying they had to go up
again
for a long time.
So if you want to refi, now would be the time.
I would say if you're looking to get into a fixed rate or get rid of PMI or consolidate some high interest rate credit card debt, it's perfect time.
You got it. Harry Stewart is the Vice President of Mortgage Lending at NuMark Credit Union. Thank you, Harry. Nice seeing you, buddy.
Thanks, Scott.
You bet. Hey, don't forget CD and IRA rates going on right now at NuMark Credit Union. A 2.50 API for 21 months, 3% for 35 months. All you need is $1,000 down. This is a limited time offer. $1,000 get you started. Hurry, these exceptional rates won't last long. Stop at a NuMark near you, Crest Hill, Joliet, New Lenox, Countryside, Tinley Park to learn more, or visit newmarkcu.org. That's NUMARKCU.org. All right, here's our question for a $25 gift card. Where are the 30-year fixed rates right now? Harry mentioned it what percentage rate are we at right now? He said the high blanks. What is the blank? Fill in that blank. 815-254-7300 is the phone number. Good luck. Coming up next, Davis Jasper's here. Life with Vitality from Vitality Health Systems. Stick around.
So you missed the Baltic Cruise in 2018. Not to worry. You're invited once again on another adventure.